William Lynch, he's just had a spin.
Okay.
Didn't quite catch where it was though.
Yeah.
But
Yes, it was the lead car that went off. It's Jones in the Yankee Jones car, the stripping Murphy, Moorsdale Kent, put it abreast down to the start finish straight there, this time, and you've got that car with you, I think, yeah. Had a couple of the pit lane, so Cornstone car, and it's going to be top of fuel as well on this stop. So the belt's been undone by William Lynch dives out and to make his way to the garage as the dump can goes in place.
We're good to go.
Well, good afternoon again, everybody. First of all, sincere apologies for missing the first sort of part of the PBS Brake SuperSport Endurance Cup race, and welcome back to our coverage here at Donington Park. We had some circuit network issues that were completely beyond our control that cut the stream that we had, but we are back up and running now. Fingers crossed that we are all good to go for the rest of the afternoon. Scott Woodward now, it's still on commentary here. Just looking through the events of the PBS Brake SuperSport Endurance Cup race. Martin Gadsby and Ian Jones still lead the way as we had the pit window open. Into the pits has come the William Lynch BMW, but that, Alex, you were mentioning, has had a brief bit of a spin recently, and it's come in what was about 8th position or so. This car making its first official scheduled pit stop, but not without dramas before it came in.
yeah, it was running about P3, P4, and then the 167 had a massive off track. So yeah, whether that's whether that's picked up any gravel or anything like that on the underside, but they are doing a driver change as well. Lynch is getting back behind the wheel of the car, but yeah, a very, very early enforced pit stop, Scott, and that's not what you want in a 2-hour endurance race. I think it's, as we all know, that you get through that first 20, 30 minutes of a 2-hour endurance race and you pick up a bit of a rhythm, then things might feel like they're going to plan, but there's always that unpredictability factor that always creeps in with endurance racing.
It does indeed. There's still quite a bit to go. If we look at the timing left on the race, we've still got 1 hour 36 minutes and change left on the race again. So again, apologies for missing the first 25 minutes of the race or so. Again, issues completely beyond our control with some network issues here at the circuit for our broadcast producers here at Donington. So you're now seeing on screen, this is the trio of Evans, Hudson, Parks, and they're just ahead of lapping one of the Renault Clios in the field. That's the number 36 Clio in the invitation class, I believe. Yes, that's the Glenn and Harrity Renault Clio Cup car. And they're only one place behind their teammates, which is Steve Glynn, who is in both cars in this race, incredibly. But he's sharing that car with Claude Bosey and Tom Kerridge, who I believe is a famous culinary personality,
yes,
shall we say. And he's getting his taste of racing here in the SuperSport Endurance Cup. Good to see him in the mix. He's competing in Club A, currently 5th at the moment, 18th overall, as the William Lynch BMW now leaves its pit stop. And let's see where it filters out. Just for the reminder of those who haven't seen the PBS Brake SuperSport Endurance Cup before, each team is required to make 2 mandatory pit stops. Each have to be a minimum of 3 minutes in length. You are permitted to change. You have to permitted to change drivers if you have more than one. You also must refuel. You can refuel if you wish to as well. And the minimum pit stop time is 3 minutes from when you cross the pit in line to when you cross the pit out line. So ultimately, all your so you come in, crossing the pit in line, going to your pit stall, completed the pit stop, being pushed back, going back down the rest of the pit lane and crossing the pit out line, that has to take at least 3 minutes. It's very similar to yesterday's race in the Club Sport Trophy, where even if you're a fraction of a second, 0.345 a second, under that time, it is still an infringement of the rule. You have to be a minimum of exactly 3 minutes for that stop to count. So hopefully we'll see a few drivers that don't have that issue and will be able to go trouble-free. But usually those pit stop penalties come in later on in the race when people start to calculate pit stop times, when that data starts to feed through to race control, when they get the info on drivers and teams that may well have possibly transgress that time. Let's just quickly run through where we are with the classes then. As we said, 25 minutes gone in the race, so it's Gadsby and Jones in the BMW that lead the way in car 117. They are Pro B leaders ahead of the Pro A leaders currently, which is Dave Griffin and his E90 BMW M3. Pro C leader is the Ricky Coomber Honda Civic FD2. You don't see many FD2s. That's kind of like that's like a Japanese only version of the Honda Civic in the what we know as the FN2 hatchback. There's the more saloon coupe variant,
Yes.
which is the FD2, which is only really Japanese exclusive. We've got to see a few more of those because they're in their right-hand drive. A few more come through into the UK a bit often. Ricky Coomber's turned one into a racing car, and that's now led Pro C for a while. Club A is led by the Audi TT of Alessandro Ballesteros. He's in 10th overall and leading his category. Club B is currently being led by another Audi TT. That's Alistair Lindsay in car number 6. He's 13th overall and leading Club C to the surprise of probably no one who knows this championship. It is car number 1, the defending class and overall champions of SuperSport Endurance Cup, Adam Reed and David Drinkwater in their BMW Compact, 20th overall. Ahead at the moment of the Club B trio of Wes Payne, Darryl Cresswell and Paul Herndon in their breakdancer racing Mazda RX-8. Still looking at the 167, William Lynch is putting a lap on the TTs, but he has got Chris Murphy right behind him with a 721 BMW, the leader of the Pro A class coming into the weekend, and he's possibly might be starting to hunt him down for track position.
Yeah, another team that has also hit drama over the course of the opening nearly half hour of the race is the BRS Performance Seat SuperCup of Andre and Jake Severs, the number 68, was in the pits for just over 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and the car was actually, I think, on its air jacks, to be honest with you, Scott. So that car is currently 4 laps down in 25th position at the moment. So there's still a possibility that things may go a little bit better their way. They're running in the 1 minute 52s on lap time. The drama and then the